Excellent.
Okay.
We can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, good. And see me. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Zoe and Leanne, thank you, Planet Earth Poetry. It's wonderful to be here. I'm so pleased to see so many people, especially we're all kind of getting a little zoomed out, but this is kind of a special reading that you put on every week, and you guys do a great job of it. So my book, Let This Lake Remember, I'll hold it up for you, published by Frontenac House, of course. I'm so pleased with the artwork on this, thanks to Jenny McDonald. And this book is about my growing up on Lake Wabman, 60 miles west of Edmonton, where my father had a cottage and we went every weekend, winter, summer, spring, or fall. I was the youngest of 4 kids by a bit, and it was like I was an only child. So I'd like you to introduce you to this lake. It was a lovely lake in those days, and during the 50s and 60s, I think was a great time to grow up. It seems like just yesterday, but things have changed so much, and now with the pandemic, even more. So we're going to talk about truth for the first one. We don't swim from our shore, too many rocks. Instead, take my father's boat to the middle of the lake. Motor cut, we jump in. I do not know how to swim, but do not hesitate. I plunge down, down, feet first. Fear does not accompany me. The dark blue water tethers sky to my body. Overcast days, when gray clouds and lake become one, and endlessness narrows into my bones. I open my eyes, stretch, pump myself up towards surface light, dog paddle back to the boat, arms working hard. When Dad lifts me in, it feels like flying. Last night, alone at home, emptiness hollowed into the space that separated my childhood and Lake Wabamun. Memories squalled within as if at any moment white-capped waves could wash our neighbor's body, wrapped in my father's net beneath my lentil. At the cabin, Dad is a beautiful man. He smokes meat, fish, laces hot sauce into his stew, teaches me to drive. But what is beauty? His image in my countenance? Where is it found? In an Evinrude? Bottom of a bottle? In the act of chopping wood. I dangle my feet in Lake Wabamun's coolness. Watch LJ-covered stones move through ripples. I know it is an illusion. That is the truth. So at the cottage, it was my mom and my dad and I most of the time. And I followed my dad around, and I could, as long as he taught me how to work a machine, I could work anything. I chopped wood, I ran the boat, I ran the skidoo, and I had the run of the place. So I thought he was a pretty cool guy. He taught me how to drive. I could drive around when I was 12, all those country roads. So I'm going to read this one, Seasons. My father was a god in my life. A little girl, I followed him around the cabin, handing tools, fetching equipment, drinks, held the hose as he fogged mosquitoes up and down Beach Road, set snares along deep drifted trails in January cold, skinned out of season animals. He taught me to switch and label bottles as moonshine vaporized through his still. Alone in the garage at night, old sacks nailed across windows, carcasses hanging behind me. I measure seasons in wind and sharpen bones, in sleet of grass, autumn mold. His unspoken command, loud as the smallness of a child, sitting alone on a stool, changing out bottles. So I could walk anywhere I wanted, drive anywhere I wanted, and sometimes I would just walk up to the railway tracks and keep going along those railway ties. Ditches. Memory is where you fall in love with the folds of your childhood, when your wrist does not wear a watch, and you saunter 5 miles to Wabman, squeezing brome milk juice between your front teeth, cool bottle of Coke in one hand and O. Henry in your pocket. It's where wild aromas take shape in train whistles and steel tracks, where blinded and grit-colored, coated when a vehicle passes on a graveled road. Your lungs cough dust, you step from the ditch, continue your journey. But of course, in every age, no matter how innocent it seems, there's always underlying things, huh? It's just the same as today. Families argue, bad things happen. And so things did happen at the cottage also. The tempest. A tempest brews. Calm waters worry into waves. The lake, a cavernous gray mouth. And I wonder why my father would set his nets this night. Calm waters worry into waves. I place nets on board as ordered, wait on the pier. And I wonder why my father would set his nets on a night like this. The boat rocks and squeaks against nailed pier tires. As ordered by my father, I place the nets on board. I help 5 adults, 3 children pile onto cushions. Boat capacity 9. The boat rocks and squeaks against nailed pier tires. I open my mouth to warn them, but the wind blows my words away. 5 adults, 3 children pile onto cushions. Boat capacity 9. Thunder, lightning, high winds through the night. When I open my mouth to speak, wind blows my words away. They should be back by now. 11 p.m., midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Thunder, lightning, high winds, all night. My sister and I knock on doors for help. They should be back by now. 11 p.m., midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I know where they are. Take me, take me, take me into the storm. My sister and I knock on doors for help. Lake Wabman, a cavernous gray mouth. My stomach clenches so tight, I can hardly breathe. A tempest brews. And I'll just read one more short one about my grandpa ice fishing. As you can see, alcohol played a very large part in my growing up life. Not on my part, of course. Ice fishing. My grandpa's fishing hole glows blue. Auger, coffee, thermos, bottle of wine, set on the ice beside his sitting log. I keep him company. He uses worms for bait, poor things, dug up in August and thrown in his freezer. I do not wonder at the lack of line tugs. Even fish, no worms, do not exist in -20. Since Grandma died, Grandpa makes wine in an old wringer washer in his basement. It's easy, he tells me. Just fill the tub with crushed fruit, sugar, water, let it ferment, strain, bottle. Passing the bottle over, he offers me a swig. Liquid burns, gullet to gut. Now, in the middle of this frozen world, my mouth tastes like his. Thank you.